Aleksandër Vuçiç duket sikur e ka bërë zgjedhjen e tij dhe ka zgjedhur Rusin duke qenë edhe sot në Kinë për krah Vladimir Putin.
So it seems like Aleksandër Vuçiç has made his choice towards Russia, and he's even today along Vladimir Putin meeting in China.
Ndryshe nga sa ka bërë në të gjitha takimet e tjera të nismës procesit Berlinit. Por ndërkohë, çfarë po bën Bashkimi Evropian? A do të marrë sanksione për ato që ndodhi në 24 shtator, sepse duke shpallur ditëzie për 3 nga terroristët, Serbia në një farë mënyrë duket sikur e pranoi autorsinë e këtij sulmi. Do të ketë sanksione ndaj Serbisë? Kjo është e pyetja e përbashkët edhe për kancelarin edhe për presidenten. Zonja presidente, kam një pyetje enkas për ju. Nuk e di nëse
So actually, it seems like today Mr. Vučić made a different choice, but nonetheless, I would like to go back to the events of the 24th of September. Has the European Union decided to take sanctions against Serbia? Because with its declaration on the morning day with the 3 terrorists, it's as if they accepted the authorship of what happened in Kosovo. So this is my first question to all of you, also to the Chancellor and to the President. And I do have another question for you, President, directly.
Nuk e di nëse presidenti Michel është më optimist nga natyra dhe ju jeni më objektive, por u duk sikur pati një përplasje të deklaratave tuaja kur Michel dha afatin e antarësimit vendeve të rajonit 2030 dhe pati një deklarat nga zyra juaj që këmbguli që janë reformat ato që vendosin dhe jo data konkrete. Kush është arsyeja e këtyre 2 qëndrimeve tuaja? Zoti Rama, 9 vjet procesi Berlinit.
So actually, my question is related to your statements of today and the statement of the Council President Charles Michel. It seems like between you two, he's the most optimistic one and you are the more objective one, since he declared actually a certain timeline for the membership, for 2030, for the membership of the countries, whereas your office actually, after that statement, said that it is reforms, the ones that decide such a membership or accession. So I would like to ask you, what's the reason for this two different standings between the you two?
Should be gracious with our guests, so let the other colleagues make questions. I'm here every day to be grilled from you, and very happily so, but Chancellor.
Soll ich anfangen? All right. So I think the first question also, part of the question also goes to me, what the horrible attack of the 24th of September is concerned. We strongly condemn that. At the moment being, we are in a process where the facts about the attacks need to be established, so we wait for the outcome of the investigation, and based on that one, we will decide on the next steps, of course, in close cooperation with our member states. Now, the date 2030. Accession is a merits-based process, and there cannot be a rigid date where, regardless of how you reformed or not, you enter the European Union. This will be never acceptable for the member states, or you have to wait till a certain date. 2030 would mean next mandate, no accession. So I think the agreed methodology, which we have in the European Council, is that it is a merits-based process. And this is much more rewarding for the countries too, because it's their efforts and their successes that brings them forward. And it's a strong incentive also to do the necessary steps. For example, if you take now the growth plan, the new growth plan, it is also merits-based. It says, you reform, you do the steps forward, there will be funding and investment. And I think this is a much better incentive as to have a very rigid process which would then have an automatism. This goes against the methodology we have agreed on.
So I have not to add too much to what Ursula already said. Just shortly, we really condemn the attack against the policemen and all the activities that we saw in Kosovo, attacking institutions, attacking people. This is something we will not accept, and so it is absolutely clear that the European Union and all the member states, also Germany, are very clear on that point. We also ask for a very intense investigation and ask all to participate in this and support the investigations that are done by the Kosovo authorities, which I think is essential. Also that the Serbian authorities are cooperating in this field with Kosovo, which I think is very good if this would happen. Let me add, it is absolutely necessary that we understand the situation. A peaceful development in the Western Balkans needs the understanding of all states that this will only work if they are not haunted by the past, but looking for the future, and if they try to solve the problems they have with each other. This is why we worked so hard to support Northern Macedonia in its accession process to the European Union and to solve all the problems, first with Greece and later with Bulgaria. Now there is a chance for going into the right direction, and we really appreciate what the Northern Macedonian government and the Prime Minister is doing. The same is with discussing all the questions we see in Bosnia-Herzegovina, where there are a lot of reforms are necessary, and we support all those truly working for a reform of the government structures of this state, which I think would be very helpful. And this is the question we are working in the field of Kosovo and Serbia. I think there are a lot of agreements already reached, and there was in the last time also an agreement which is on basic criteria for cooperation, which is very much following an experience we have had in Germany when our country was divided, but which help to make life easier for people, for businesses, and all the things that are practical for the life day to day. And I think this is the same way we should choose here, and the chance is now there to get this. And we continue to work on this, also on implementing all the agreements that have been made in the past and recently, for instance, also on the Serbian municipalities in the north of Kosovo and their cooperation and questions like this. So let me assure you, it is the strict willingness of my government and also the European Union. It is the strict willingness of, for instance, the French, the Italian, and the United States government to solve this conflict and to pave the way for a good future of the two states, and both as members of the European Union.